Marinella Sunbrook arrived with the tide at sunrise on 13 June 1999 in a thatched cottage balanced on spindly coconut trunks above the mint green shallows of Palawan's Honda Bay. A single reef heron glided past cracked shutters while her mother, a traveling reggae folk steel pianist who slips pressed Sempaguita pedals into spare mallets, tapped a lazy 6/8 rhythm that made the pans clink like wind chimes. Her father, a night shift hydromap surveyor who sketches cloud dugongs on torn chart margins, leaned so near their freckles blurred and whispered that peer gossip, break time snickers, and sizing charts that quit before the curve would always move aside for anyone brave enough to occupy her full silhouette. Curves bloom in the Sunbrook line the way warm Carruccio water slides beneath the South China Sea. So nobody panicked when baby Nella burst a second muslin peru before the kettle squealed. Lola Piney threaded a nylon fishing needle through each frantic seam, patched them with scraps of a carnival kite, and laughed that 2 fingers of fabric cost only centavos while asking a child to shrink could cost her lifelong sunrise. Grade school corridors smelled of pencil shavings, hot cashew bimka lifting from the canteen window, and briny air slipping through unpainted louvers. Nella already eclipsed the projector beam whenever she charted whale shark highways on the pull-down atlas, a head taller, a shoulder wider, and 5 laughs louder than anyone else. One sweaty recess, 2 boys hop-stepped rings, chanting slow fairy each slab her rubber sandals made on the chalk grid. That misty dusk, she walked the tide line, pocketed soda caps polished pearl by breakers, strung them on monofilament, stitched a rattling chain down her seafoam hoodie, and strode into class at first bell scattering rainbow freckles across the ceiling tiles. A visiting literacy aide filmed 7 jittery seconds on a borrowed phone, posted the glow to a new video nook, and by lunch, 15,000 strangers cheered the kid who rebooted ridicule as peer light. That night, she printed one rule on a hand-me-down homework pad: clouds crowd only until you flash them bright enough. Weekends belonged to Santa Lourdes Wharf, where her mother's steel pan arpeggios braided with Banca engines, sizzling Turon oil, and gulls arguing over cuttlefish scraps. Store jeans stalled at Nella's thighs, so she traded tip jar coins for sun-bleached gill net, unraveled it into rope, crocheted high-rise culottes, airbrushed sea eagle silhouettes with squid ink, and posed at papaya twilight against rust-striped bollards. While her cousin snapped grainy frames, she posted every shot to a diary she named Lantern Glide. The exact week, a glossy photo app fluttered past patchy island cell towers. Captions flickered between dock slang and plain truths like curves anchored typhoon, gust steadier than sea walls. Before her 16th birthday, 53,000 unseen hearts tapped, tiny hearts under each mango-lit frame, proof glowing rectangles, hush oily tray whispers, quicker than any prefix whistle. Angle for internet. A grant ferried her to Ateneo de Manila for sustainable engineering. Daylight evaporated inside Wave Tank Labs while nights belonged to a 24-hour SIG truck, glowing neon jackfruit under acacia branches. The food lamp became her softbox. Between sizzling orders, she shot 90-second clips, folding wax paper into coral rose barrettes, while translating dart rotation in half lecture zip, half shoreline low. One upload overlaid spinner, dofting whistles on a lo-fi beat, while she chain-stitched reflective anchor braid into thrift denim. 47 hours later, the counter leapt beyond 1.3 million. Archipelago fashion blogs crowned her the Sissic Couturière, but every sponsor email blinked out at size 16. She stashed each pitch in a folder called Shrinking Nets, wiped calamansi glaze from her cuff, and tossed another sizzling plate. Stormdrill Week opened with a message from Columbia Sportswear inviting her to co-design a spray show capsule titled Reef Pulse. Nella answered with 3 pair solid terms: pattern scaling to 60-inch hips, community college apprentices filling half the crew, and 10% of net profit devoted to seagrass nursery co-ops from Coron to Cebu. The shoot set sail at sunrise on a sandbar where hatchling hawksbills etched commas toward lagoon glass. Nella coached paddleboarders of every circumference while a drone edged slow infinity across windswept cobalt. When the lookbook landed, extended sizes sold out in 41 hours across 28 countries, and Lantern Glide surged past 700,000 beacons. Powdered sugar still dusted her palms from an overnight Pulong Hootie Donut sprint when she leaned behind flour sacks, balanced her phone, and live streamed tear-bright thanks under buzzing fluorescence. If this story already flutters your ribs, toss that subscribe pebble into the algorithm right now. Ripples you set today guarantee next week's voyage moors in your feed before tide currents change. Notoriety attracts rumor kraken. A clickbait vlog alleged Nella cinched steel plates around her waist beneath reef pole shells. At gray dawn, she paddled a bamboo board beyond seagrass tassels, planted wide feet in cotton shorts and sports top, traced each stretch line with crushed bougainvillea dust, and plucked a steel pan solo so raw, pelicans paused mid-hove. 10 million viewers reposted the session labeled bougainvillea proof, dusting pink pollen across their own curves until gossip sank smoother than slack water. Food truck wages twined with capsule royalties, whipped into sunbrook butter, a jar of cloud-like cream swirling coconut flower nectar, lime leaf oil, and mica sparks that bloom pearl under foam flash. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's chart desk, lids tied with braided long line. Each tag printed, "Moisturize your horizon." The batch vanished in 82 minutes, lifting $198,000. 20% seated beacon grants that post industrial surgers and hydrophones in plus-size teens maker corners from Tawi Tawi to Tarlac. 8 moons later, 36 grantees streamed a floating fashion and dolphin harmony gala aboard a vintage pearl lugger draped in solar bunting, sunrise glow beaming into classrooms, from Kingston to Kyoto. Manila Fashion Week stoked new jetty lore when a backstage blower ripped her indigo mesh gown from hip to knee, 90 fluttering heartbeats before runway. Nella yanked neon dock rope off a stage truss, laced the gash like boot hooks, and stepped as if the splice lived in the original sketch. Camera shutters cracked like bamboo over charcoal. Vogue Tropic named it Rope Cadence Rescue, and another million lantern torches sparked before brass horns bristled the after-party night. A cutout email leak tried to frame her for demanding bluefin sashimi towers and chauffeured seaplanes for her rescue frigate Bird, Vega. She posted the full thread showing refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, and caption tablets for deaf stylists, then routed that month's affiliate wave, $136,000, into biodegradable crab trap pilots off Apo Reef. Fans repeated her peer mantra, receipts glitter brighter than rumored grit, until whispers ebbed like ebb tide. A high monsoon, her numbers shimmered jade, 6.9 million Instagram mates, 3.5 million short reel voyagers, and 2 million dedicated channel subscribers. Engagement ticking 9%, tilting brand bar charts. Cartier invited her to star in Topaz Surge inside Cape Santiago's Century Lens. She agreed, once Cartier bankrolled therapy stipends for lighthouse keepers worn thin by cyclone seasons. The finish reel, her wrist scattering amber shards across cast iron ribs, now holds Cartier's yearly save record. Family keeps her compass true. Twice a month, she streams Porchline, Groove, mother spinning syncopated chords beside a propane grill, father reading cloud haiku, Nella upcycling thrifts denim, while Bega hops through powdered sugar drifts. One broadcast soared past 9 million when the bird sneezed glitter into the lens. A seabird refuge now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated frigates with solar beacons paid by Sunbrook butter revenue. Butter sales climbed past 12 million before the second equinox. She leased a dormant hatchery shed, carved skylights through corrugated tin, and hired furloughed boat hands plus design grass to whip custard and knot lids by hand during midday penthouse sets. Efficiency analysts begged for shrink sleeves, but she echoed Lola's credo, fingertips preserve legend longer than any plastic clasp, and rope ties stayed. Her feed shines real sky weather. Basalt Ridge portraits nest beside Sisig truck. Selfies captioned, same sky, different tide. She drops breath tracks recorded in sinkhole caves, printable resilience pages in English and Iocano, and discount codes for sliding scale therapy. 134,000 readers call her Shoreline. Openness, their first calm harbor. New night rides gleam under crushed shell confetti. Hundreds peddle dusk levies, wearing Sunbrook butter on collarbones and LED seagrass tassels on spokes. Ticket pesos fatten beacon grants and lift wheel chill snorkel lifts at Dove Blue Springs. Chowder huts keep vats bubbling. Squid chow bowls bump 15% on ride nights. Nella rolls lead on a vintage cruiser with Vega plush clipped to the basket. Pausing to retie any rider's dragging lace. She is shaping a memoir, Currents Keep Names, for global release next April, while a documentary crew follows her plan to convert retired light buoys into floating maker studios for island schools. Puma's YT Wave lantern sneaker splashes next quarter, threaded with reflective rope, cushioned by algae foam, gifting 10% of revenue to Beacon seedbeds up and down the coral triangle. Second spark of encouragement: if that subscribe button still gleams red, tap it calm gray right now. One easy press locks in the next tide before algorithm gutters shift, and yes, scroll afterward to the description for that love science link demonstrating the best route to authentic attraction, the infallible framework that helps any man charm the woman he dreams about. The day's playback slows towards slackwater. In the description, you will find fresh jars of Sunbrook butter, rapid Beacon Grant entry portals, tonight's porch line playlist, and the promised love compass, waiting to guide each step of your own romance odyssey. All open, all free, one click away. The soda cap spine glimmer, rope lace gown rescue, or Vega glitter sneeze sparked even half a grin, smash the like heart, drop your brightest ripple in the comments, and share this voyage with a friend whose sails hang still. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Pacific bows to anyone brave enough to plant both boots on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes wide. A last sea breathe across the mic. Subscribe right this moment, claim your rel, explore that link to unbeatable love tips in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide when another story shines beyond the breakers and courage calls your name yet again.